Drinking rum and Coca-Cola. Yes, everybody, yes! Welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Oh, yeah. And then we discuss it over a glass of morning beer. And I'm your host, Patrick M. Dunn. Welcome back. And I'm joined here, as always, by my right-hand woe-man, Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, Kat.
Good morning.
Been a hot minute since we last recorded. We've just been pumping out like episodes that are old and in the bank.
Yeah.
They're in the chemical bank of recorded episodes. So I hope you're enjoying Superhero Month. I hope
yes.
Hope you're giddy with excitement. You're flying high, running fast maybe, swimming underwater. I don't know.
This is our last episode from Superhero Month, though.
I know. We're going out with a bang, like an implosion bang.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing? An implosion? I guess it should just be... I think it would just be an implosion, right? Would it make a noise?
Honestly, I don't know.
If anyone out there is a scientist, you know about physics, I guess, and chemicals. If there's an implosion, does it make a noise? That's what we want to know. Because I figure, like, you only hear the sound of an explosion because it's, like, blowing outward.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's blowing inward, I don't know. Where does it go? Where does the noise go?
I don't know.
Do you think we can, like, write Bill Nye right now, the science guy?
Probably not. He seems really angry lately. I mean, he's out here setting globes on fire and cursing in videos. I think maybe he's not ready for any questions right now. Maybe we could ask Beekman?
Beekman's World?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Wizard's dead, right? Mr. Wizard's dead?
Yeah, Mr. Wizard has long left the Earth.
Do you think we can ask the ghost of the Bob Newhart character from...
Professor Proton?
Yeah, but... He's not real, so I guess we can't ask him. I don't know.
No, and I just realized that the day we're taping this is the final episode of The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, it's coming up? Well, it's probably already been out. It's probably already happened by the time this comes out.
It'll be out by the time this is aired, but the day we're recording it.
Yeah, I can't believe Sheldon died a horrible death.
Dude!
Blossom killed him. I don't know. But I'm excited for Old Sheldon. They made an announcement that Old Sheldon in Heaven is coming out, so I'm ready for that show. I don't know. I'm just like rationalizing things that may have happened. What's the
I don't know, Patrick. How many beers have you had this morning?
This is my first one. Girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming off my secret vacation. I need to drink.
Yeah, jackass.
Yes, I went on a secret cruise and I didn't tell anybody. I went on the AVSP cruise without Kat. Yeah, left her at land.
Fucking asshole.
Left that bitch on land. I was like, I ain't fucking being seen with her.
Fuck you.
Weezer was there. The band that opened for Weezer was there.
Hello? Did you kick their asses? Obviously not.
We weren't allowed to be on the same deck. Like, there's tight security. January Jones was there. She was wearing a bikini. Then we went swimming with sharks, January Jones and I. We watched Aquaman, speaking of superheroes. Kristen Ritter was there. We talked about season 3 of Jessica Jones. It was great. For Kristen Bell, she was there. We compared lazy eyes with each other. Talked about season 4 of Veronica Mars also. And don't get mad at me. I also have a lazy eye, so I can make that joke.
Why would I get mad at you for that?
I'm talking about like other people listening. They're gonna be like, "You made fun of her lazy eye." I'm like, I have a lazy eye too, so it's all right. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing for the season finale of... Is that what we call it?
Okay.
The grand finale?
We are doing it the end of Superhero Month. Our finale for Superhero Month is a TV show that is part of the MCU.
Yep, not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No.
But the creator of S.H.I.E.L.D., or like a co-creator, I think.
Co-creator, co-founder.
Yeah, she had her hands in it. She wrote the rule book. She did the HR policies and procedures. Maybe, I don't know.
My probably one of my one of my top 3 MCU characters.
Oh, yeah. We talk about her all the time, left and right. And no, it's not Jessica Jones. I wish it was Jessica Jones, but Cat Halstead, the author, would not let me do it.
No, not when we have the far superior Agent Carter.
Yeah! All right. Welcome to the Agent Carter Extravaganza, episode 152.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I love Agent Carter. Oh my god.
That's a great show.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it was a 2-year wonder.
Oh, I love her so much.
Yeah, there's only like 16 episodes of this, I think, or not that many, right?
18.
18. Oh,
there's 18 episodes.
like season 1's 8 episodes and season 2 is 10, right?
Yes, and you can find them all on Hulu.
Yep, they're all there with like 1,000 commercials, by the way. Just trying to point that out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I felt like I was watching more commercials in this episode.
It's your Hulu account.
I was like, how many fucking times do I have to see this fucking Match.com ad? Like the same one.
See, I don't even pay attention when the commercials are on. I'm just like, where's my Peggy?
Yeah, you know what? You have like, 90 seconds to like look at your phone and like catch up on Twitter and find out what other shows Lindsay Fonseca is in, because you couldn't remember what else she was on.
Hello, Young and the Restless, How I Met Your Mother, Nikita. That's all I know off the top of my head.
Yes. I knew the answer yesterday because I was on her fucking IMDb page for like 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was like curious like how old she was, but I don't remember that either. That was short-term memory loss. All right. Can we talk about the premiere date of this? January 6th, 2015. This is a winter show. What? Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Winter Soldier.
So what's happening on this day?
All right. So, prequel before we get here. So this was like the winter break for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was like the other ABC. Not as good as Agent Carter. It's okay. It's okay. Agent Carter does appear in like one episode in like a weird flashback, I think.
Like there's like they go to a video vault and
it was like a setup
or something.
Yeah, I think it was like it was gearing like the crowd up for the show. So Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. had its like fall run. They had their hot fall finale. And they took 8 weeks off. They took 8 whole sexy weeks off. So Agent Carter.
Not even 8. It was like 6. They probably did take 8 weeks off, but like I think Agent Carter aired for like 6 weeks or something because they like doubled up on some episodes.
Oh yeah, I think like the first episode and the last one I think were like double ups.
Yeah, so it was probably more like 4 weeks where like Agent Carter and then...
Yeah, so January 6th, it's the series premiere. It was a Tuesday night. And are you ready for this hot-ass night of television?
Yeah, what else was I watching this night? Because it's a recent time, we can probably figure out exactly what we were watching besides Agent Carter.
All I know is I was watching Agent Carter, that Agent Carter ended, and I was like on the internet like reading more about Agent Carter, so
yeah, same.
That's all I remember. But so like it's like mostly reruns, but there's like a few like new shows, so I don't know, we kind of get some fun stuff. So you want to start off with the alphabet? Want to go to ABC land?
Yes, let's start off with the Alphabet, the home of Agent Carter.
Now owned by the Mouse, the House of Mouse.
It's been owned by the Mouse for a long time, honey.
When did Diz buy it?
In like the 90s.
Oh shit, really? I thought it was like a recent thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else, like Fox.
You're thinking of how Disney just bought Fox.
And
Hulu.
So right now there's only like Disney and like Paramount. That's it. Like
I don't even know anymore.
Who are the major players? Oh, like Warner Brothers, I guess. Warner Brothers is their own thing, right?
Yeah, I think so still.
Jack Warner's ghost is still pulling strings.
Still running around.
Running around smoking cigarettes and like calling fucking women bitches and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, you ready? You ready for ABC? We're gonna get 2 full hours from 8 to 10 of Agent Carter. Woohoo! Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we'll get to it, but hold on. Are you ready for ABC 10 o'clock? I have a lot to talk about.
What was on at 10?
Mostly about like the star of the show and then just what it's led into. So, alright. ABC 10 o'clock. A little show called Forever. Do you know this?
No. Not like off the top of my... Like I cannot connect what it was in my head.
Alright. I vaguely remember the show. It starred Ian Grufford? Is that how you say his name?
I don't know. Maybe the internet does.
He was a star of the early to mid 2000s Fantastic Four film series. He was on one hot season on that CW/Sarah Michelle Gellar's twin series Ringer.
Okay.
Which was wrongfully canceled. And hold on. It's kind of the reason why I feel like Freddie Prinze Jr. bowed out of playing Nancy Drew's dad on the CW remake. I was just like, Sarah Michelle Gellar's probably like, you know what? Freddie Prinze Jr., FPJ. I don't want you doing this. And he's being now played by Scott Wolf. Yeah, Scott Wolf.
Yes.
Is going to be the new Nancy Drew's dad. And hold on. I have an important question for you.
Yeah.
Is that an upgrade or a downgrade?
I'm not sure, in all honesty. Like, here's the thing. I love me some Scott Wolf. And I love me some Freddie Prinze Jr. I was excited to have Freddie Prinze Jr. on a CW show because, we've Dreamcast and created a whole series in our head that would star Freddie Prinze Jr. and Julia Stiles as a divorced couple. But we were so close. CW, call us. We've got ideas. And they would make more sense than freaking Riverdale.
I was waiting for like January 2020 when you would send me a hot tweet. It'll be like, oh my God, Julia Stiles is going to play Nancy Drew's like fucking like boss at the fucking, I don't know, like the coffee shop she works at. And we're going to be like, what?
Or like whatever, yeah.
What? Really? But no, we didn't get it. No. So, all right. My take. You ready? You ready for Scott Wolf Conspiracy Corner?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
All right. I have a running theory. I think he's a TV show killer. Like he will kill a TV show. You ready? You ready for the facts? You ready for the facts, girl?
Okay, let's bring this to me.
All right. So, we know and love Scott Wolf. He was the star of like Party of Five. He played Bailey. He was the wrestler. He had a wrestling coach.
Yes, I love Bailey. I feel like I never tweeted Bailey as the worst. Maybe once or twice.
He was a great dude, a great stand-up dude, but I don't know, Party of Five ended and he just kind of like, Scott Wolf just kind of disappeared for a long-ass time. And hold on. He didn't disappear for a long-ass time because he's been doing stuff all these years, but he's been like killing TV shows. You ready for the facts?
Okay, what has he been on over these years?
All right, in the early to mid-2000s, he joined the WB's Everwood in season 3, and a year later, the show was canceled. What?
Okay.
What? Hold on. He was then, like shortly after, he was on that oddly paced, short-lived ABC drama The Nine back in 2006 about 9 strangers who were held in a bank robbery, and it's told out of sequence a la Lost.
Okay.
That show was very quickly canceled. He was in V, the ABC alien drama, canceled. The Night Shift, that like hospital drama, I think it was NBC, canceled after 2. Actually, he wasn't even on the beginning of the show. He like joined like mid-run, then it got canceled. So what? So does Nancy Drew have a chance?
Oh wait, that got canceled?
Yeah, there's like maybe 2 seasons.
Okay, then I don't have as much to catch up on as I thought I did.
Oh, so hold on. Does Nancy Drew have a chance with Scott Wolf playing the dad?
It's the CW, and they've got that whole hot dads thing going on, so maybe.
Oh yeah. All right, so you got the teens who are in it for like the hot teens, then you got like the hot dads who are in it for like our generation, the hot moms and dads come in and like, oh my God, Scott Wolf's on a TV show. He used to jerk off to Bailey when I was 16.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Cat like fucking ran out many batteries to Scott Wolf back in fucking 1998.
Okay, that is not what happened. No, Patrick, stop.
You weren't buzzing it to Scott Wolf back in 1998. Who were you buzzing it to? Who were you buzzing it to?
I'm not saying.
We know who you buzzed it to. It was fucking Luke Perry, Jason Priestley, Jonathan Jackson, maybe? Maybe you were buzzing it to Jonathan Jackson.
Can we cut this part out because this is inappropriate?
Sorry.
On like a lot of levels.
Masturbation is a sin. I forgot. Well, if you did jerk off to Scott Wolf in 1998, please tweet us at Fairy Podcast.
God, stop with this!
Alright, so Forever. Want to get back to Forever?
Yes, can we get back to Forever? Because you like...
Alright, Forever.
I don't even know where you went.
Alright, so the show starred Ion Gruffin, we think his name is. He played a New York City medical examiner who studies the dead for criminal cases. But hold on, he's an immortal man who's been alive for 200 years. And anytime he dies, he just wakes up in a body of water and he has to like live life again.
Okay.
I know, I remember seeing like ads for this and just being like, this looks lame.
I remember seeing ads for it, like, I feel like there was this fad where there was like immortal men living and working in crime fighting or something for a while, and... Yeah,
there was like there was a show on Fox.
Not my cup of tea.
There was like a show on Fox that had like a vampire cop at one point.
Mm-hmm.
We have Lucifer now on Netflix.
I think even like CBS had one.
Oh yeah, it was like Moon Knight or something, or like Night Moon or
Moonlight or something, yeah, and like it was one of those shows where you get like a certain age group of women really get into them.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about like living forever and solving crime. I don't know. Angel? We forgot about Angel on fucking the WB.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Lucifer is probably the most successful, right? It just got a Netflix season.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. I mean, Angel had its following for its time.
But, like, it started off as, like, a detective series, but like, it quickly escalated into, like, a more, like, fighting against the big bad a la Buffy. It kind of, like, followed that pattern very quickly. And it moved away from, like, let's try to save this lady from... But it was, like, weird crime, though. It wasn't, like, real crime. It was, like, let's try to save this lady from this, like, fucking skin eater or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. You ready? You ready for a hot night at CBS? A hot night of procedurals?
Yeah, what was on at CBS?
All right. It's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. That can only mean one thing. NCIS starring Mark Harmon and Polly Perrette. Stalking victim who was on the battle to toughen the laws on stalkers. Ooga. Remember that? Remember we were totally into Polly Perrette's journey to, like, change laws and stuff?
Yeah.
I missed those days a whole, like, year and a half ago.
Yeah, like a year and a half.
I feel like you don't hear about that anymore. I don't know. We were so into it.
Well, it's because she left the show.
We were, like, signing petitions. We were on fucking change.org. Like, oh, God, yeah. Miss those days. She's not even on NCIS anymore, right? Polly Perrette left, right?
Yeah, she left.
What's she doing now? Where's she now?
I don't know.
She have a hot new CBS show coming out soon? She's gonna play like a goth hacker?
No, I don't think so. I think she's probably hiding from her stalker.
I thought her stalker went to jail eventually.
I don't know. I thought she had multiple stalkers.
Oh yeah, she had she got like attacked by like a homeless guy too, right? Didn't that happen?
Yeah, like,
you know what? It's like
she's got some bad energy surrounding her or something, man. I don't know.
Oh, like 99% of the world has like no idea who Polly Perrette is, but yet this fucking bitch has like 50 stalkers, and I'm like, I have none. I have fucking no stalkers. Like,
hey, be glad.
I don't know. I want someone fucking snooping through my trash, looking for cum rags.
No, you don't.
Maybe one day. You know what? If you want to stalk me, go to my personal Twitter, Patrick M. Dunn, and I don't know. Send me like a hot note saying like I know what you did last summer, and then I'll have to like, I don't know, go through my photos app and like find out what I was doing because I don't remember. All right, you ready for CBS 9 o'clock?
Yeah, it was on at 9.
Hold on. We had NCIS, but now you're ready for NCIS in New Orleans.
This is the one with Scott Bakula, right?
Yeah, Scott Bakula, Lucas Black, CCH Pounder. What? I did not know this existed until fucking like an hour ago when I was doing the fucking list together.
Wait, seriously?
I thought it was NCIS Los Angeles. I thought that was
There is an NCIS Los Angeles, and there's a New Orleans.
Oh, there's 3 of this?
Yeah.
What?
And they're all spin-off of JAG.
Oh my god, Catherine Bell, what have you done to us?
Hey, she used her good witch abilities. Catherine
Bell's pussy gave birth to like 97 fucking NCIS shows. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's what I think. Oh my god. All right. You ready to end the night at the Tiffany Network? You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
I feel like we may have just talked about this, but that could have been something else. Who knows? Person of interest.
Oh, this is the one with Ben from Lost, right?
Yeah, this stars Jesus, a.k.a. Jim Caviezel, a former CIA agent who is presumed to be dead, but then was recruited by Ben Linus from Lost, a reclusive and mysterious billionaire, and I don't know, they stopped crime, I guess. I don't really know. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't. I tried to watch it because Ben from Lost was in it, and then I was like, nope.
You know what? I remember, like, it came out a year after Lost, right?
Yeah, like, he was the only one who really got, like, a show after Lost that lasted a while.
Because I remember there was potential. You had that show, you had the show with Hurley, the Alcatraz show on Fox, and was there one with Sawyer? I feel like Sawyer had one.
Yeah, Sawyer's had a few, like, he's got, like, there was some weird, like...
alien drama.
Dystopian show on USA or something he had.
Yeah, Colony. Shout out to Colony. Is that still on?
Every time I tried to watch that, I got a migraine, though, so I gave it up.
I think, like, wasn't he on an episode of, like, Hawaii Five-0 too? Did he, like, do, like, a couple hot-ups?
Yeah, I think, and then they brought John Locke onto Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, yeah, because, like...
with Daniel Day Kim. Daniel Day Kim was on Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah, because they did, like, they promoted it as, like, a pseudo, like Lost reunion, right?
Yeah, I think even Hurley did, Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, they were like, hey, I know you from somewhere, and he was like, I don't know, man, where? And he's like, deja vu?
Yeah.
I don't know, who cares? Hawaii Five, is that still on Hawaii Five-0?
Yeah, it still is. I'm pretty sure it just got renewed.
Oh my god, who is fucking watching this stuff?
I don't know.
Who?
I don't know.
And Shemab, And Shema Moore's not even in it, so like I don't know like what people are tuning in for.
He's on SWAT, man.
I know, like that's what I'm saying. Like people will tune into a fucking Shema Moore show, but it's like anyone else, no. But yet these shows go on for like fucking 18 years. You could have like gave birth and fucking raised a child and then like become a grandmother. Like and all these shows are fucking still on. Like Jesus Christ.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Ugh. All right. Fuck CBS. You ready for the CW? You ready for a hot night at the CW?
Yeah, what's happened on the CW? What hot mess do they have for us?
Things kick off with The Flash. Speaking of superheroes, yeah.
Okay.
Fun show. Fun little show starring Grant Gustin or something? I don't know if I can know his name.
Yeah, Gustin.
Yeah, it's a fun little show, but it has a formula, and I kind of got tired of the formula after like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate it. I do like dip in every now and then when they do those like crossover ones with like the 97 other fucking CW superhero shows.
Yeah.
I tune in and check it out, see what Katie Lotz has been up to. My favorite...
Like, the only time I watch it is, like, was the episode Darren Criss did.
Oh, I was going to say, like, you know that. But I do like Legends of Tomorrow. I think that's my fave of the bunch. Shout out to that show. I used to like Arrow.
Never watched it.
Arrow was a good show, but as I said, like, as soon as you figure out the formula, I'm done. Like, I'm over it.
Okay, so, like, back in the day... when I would watch Big Brother Australia, like, live, and I'd have to find, like, an Australian live stream so I could, like, watch the episode, they would have commercials for Arrow, and, like, the Australian commercials never mentioned that he was, like, a superhero. They always focused on, like, the family business drama of it.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I was like, oh, this looks really fascinating, and then it'd be like, Arrow, and I'm like, wait, what?
They're like a rich-ass family. They run, like, the Queen Corp or something, and I literally have no idea what they do.
I mean, like most TV businesses, what do any of them actually do?
I know, it's like, what did what's his name on the OC do? The grandfather? Like, no one knows. Landales?
Real estate.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just know there was always, like, bad Landales.
Yeah, there was always, like, land deals going on with them.
I remember just, like, it was, like, my early 20s when the OC was out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I remember I was in college taking, like, business classes, and I was just like, oh, man, I can't wait to learn about Landales. And I don't know, we never had a Landale class. I don't know, I was like, I just want to learn more about fucking Landales.
I think that'd be more in real estate.
Yeah, I guess I was in the wrong major.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You ready? You ready to see what Fox? Sorry. We have CW 9 o'clock. You ready for the CW 9 o'clock?
What's on at 9?
All right. The show that's finally ending after like 800 years, Supernatural.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, next year is the final season. They finally announced it. They're finally gonna let the Winchester Bros just, I don't know, fuck each other in peace, I guess. Whatever they do when the cameras are off them.
Whatever it is the fans want them to do.
And every now and then the angel will join in and like tickle a fucking Winchester Bros butthole or something. Who knows?
I don't know. That's a fandom I stay away from. It scares me on Tumblr.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen like a few episodes of Supernatural. Like, I did enjoy it, but I'm like an X-Files homie. Like, I'm mostly down. I love myself some Dana Scully. Shout out to Gillian Anderson and Fox Mulder in the teacup. If you don't know what that is, just fucking Google David Duchovny teacup right now, and lo and behold,
I don't want to.
All right, you want to go to Fox? You want to find out what Fox is up to?
Yeah, what's going on Fox?
We actually have like an almost hot night on Fox. There's one show I would definitely watch, and the rest I wouldn't. But you ready for 8 o'clock?
Yeah, what's on at 8?
Master Chef Junior.
Okay.
The 900th series starred Gordon Ramsay, but this time he is shouting obscenities at young kids. And not giving them participation trophies. No, he won't fucking allow that shit. He's just going to tell them they're fucking awful at cooking and call it a day.
That's not what Gordon Ramsay does on MasterChef Junior.
I've never fucking seen it. I don't know what he does. I know he yells at fucking adults.
He's like really nice and supportive to the kids.
You know what? I want a show where fucking multi-millionaire just shouts at fucking kids and tells them they're fucking worthless. That's the show I fucking want to see. I think that would be a good fucking origin story for like someone who's like they got their shit together at a young age and like started their own fucking empire.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
That's my theory. Instead we're gonna grow up to fucking a bunch of fucking pussies running this country. That's gonna be like 40 years from now. Like, oh, I wanted all the votes, but I don't know, we'll give you pity votes. We'll have to now allow pity votes.
Okay.
Alright, you ready for
what's on after MasterChef?
Alright, fucking drum roll. The New Girl! Oh, yeah.
New Girl? Okay, I love New Girl.
Yeah, which I just recently started getting into. Like, I slept on the show for so many years, and like now I'm like slowly going through it on Netflix, and it's great. I fucking love it. We get fun episodes. We get fun little quirky adventures with Zoe Deschanel and everyone else.
Like, how did you, like, sleep on New Girl? It's so good.
I don't know.
Like, I was just watching reruns last night before bed. I was, like, going between Friends and New Girl.
I don't know. It was like a show I always wanted to watch, and I don't know, just it escaped me. And then it was like already out for like 2 years, and I was like, I don't know where to jump in. Like, I don't know, they've already like created like a whole dynamic, and then it was always one of those shows that I said I was going to watch on Netflix, and I never did until like, I don't know, like last fall maybe. I think I started getting into it.
Okay.
I'm slowly going through it. I do like maybe like watch like 2 or 3 episodes a month. Fun little show, cute little show. I can't wait for the Prince episode. The episode Prince. I heard it was fun. I heard it's a fun app. Maybe we'll do it for Prince October.
We're not doing Prince October.
We'll do it on my side podcast then. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it on your side podcast.
All right, you ready for Fox 930?
Yeah, what was on at 9:30?
A show I did not watch. I mean, I tried to watch it. I did not like it. The Mindy Project.
Oh, yeah. I gave that a shot. It just did not work for me.
Yeah, and it got revamped a couple of times, and then it went over to Hulu and like revamped again, and
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, I loved Mindy Kaling on The Office. She was fun as Kelly Kapoor, but that's where my relationship ends with her. But I did like her book. Hold on, I did like her book. I forget what it was called, but it was a great book. Fun, quirky little book. And I don't know. I like her journey. I just didn't like the show.
Yeah, like the show. I found the main character to be kind of insufferable. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, and like we were kind of like in that era where everyone was trying to have like the fun, like quirky, like new sitcom. Where we were like we're post The Office 30 Rock now, where everyone's trying to do all these like these like fucking single cam shows.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But you ready? You ready for the...
Just because it's single cam doesn't mean it's better.
I mean, like, we're kind of like tricked into believing that, but I think we're like past the hump. I think we're like... Oh.
Yeah, like there's only like and if you think about it, there's really only a few like really successful single cam shows.
Modern Family. I would put The Office, and I'd put 30 Rock down. Parks and Rec.
Yeah, like...
honestly, that's about it.
But people are like, oh, single cam is so much better. No, it's fucking not. If the writing sucks, the writing sucks. If the characters suck, the characters suck. Yeah. Just because it's got 1 cam and not 3 doesn't make it better or superior, so fuck off.
Wow, we got fucking Bitchy Cat tonight. Fucking Bitchy Cat fucking came out and left fucking Other Cat at home. I'm sorry, Other Cat is dead. Alright, you ready for NBC?
Yeah, it was on NBC. Oh my god.
I actually watched this. I remember watching this whole night, except for the 10 o'clock slot, but
okay.
Things kicked off. NBC 8 o'clock. We're now in the awkward time where NBC moved Parks and Recs off to a Tuesday in hopes to build up a fun night of new comedies. Anyway, tonight from 8 to 9, we get a repeat of the hour-long season 6 finale, which builds into the wildly entertaining final season of Parks and Rec, which premiered a week later. The final season's fun. They do a 2-year time jump to the year 2017, and it's the future. And they have hologram phones. Yes, that was my favorite part of 2017. There's
no hologram phones.
I mean, they were obviously like making light of it. They're like, let's like do this in the future and have like wild new technology that is obviously like not going to exist, but it will exist in the show. It's great.
Yeah.
So that's the 8 to 9 o'clock hour. Are you ready for NBC 9 o'clock?
Yeah, it was on at 9.
All right, I totally watched the show Marry Me. Do you remember Marry Me?
No, not at all.
All right. This was a Casey Wilson, Ken Marino romantic comedy. I already know that you didn't watch it because of Casey Wilson.
Yeah, I'm like, the lead actress right there is why I did not watch it.
All right. The show is actually loosely based on the lives of Casey Wilson and her real-life husband, David Casp, who actually also created the show, along with Happy Endings, my favorite 2010 single-camera sitcom. Speaking of 2010's single-camera sitcoms, Hot Scoop. Marry Me didn't have a happy ending, and it was canceled.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as Happy Endings. I'm sorry. Sorry, Casey. Sorry. You had a miss. You had a hot miss right here. It's not just a hot mess, but a hot miss. Whoa! All right. You ready for NBC 9:30?
It was on at 9:30, yeah.
All right. About a Boy. Do you know about About a Boy?
That's the one with the tall, lanky, skinny guy.
Yeah, David Walton.
Yeah, he plays Sam on New Girl.
Yeah. This was loosely based on the 1998 novel by Nick Hornby and a 2002 film starring Hugh Grant and gal pal Toni Collette. The show followed the life of David Walton's character, Will, who is a successful songwriter and bachelor who lives a carefree-free life in San Fran until, hold on, Minnie Driver moves in next door with her 11-year-old child. What? But hold on. The series was canceled after 33 episodes.
I remember the commercials for it. I just didn't do it.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm a fan of Minnie Driver. I'll always check out a good Minnie Driver joint, but I don't know, girl gets no love on television shows. Like, people just don't want to tune into her for some reason. She just had the show canceled too, right?
She had like 3 seasons of Speechless. It's not like there was nothing.
I know, but like it didn't get a good like 5-6 year run, and it's not going to show that like.
Not every show deserves a 5-6 year run.
No, but I mean, if you get to year 3, you know, it's like, you know what? Maybe get that sweet fucking. I mean, I guess syndication's not a thing anymore. I was gonna say get that sweet syndication deal, but
I mean, it's sort of still a thing.
I mean, TBS and TNT still show reruns, so I guess you can like stay up late and watch. Watch.
CMT airs reruns.
Yeah. I don't know. TV Land does shit too. Yeah, I guess it's a thing. Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Nick at Night does like modern shows now. They got like the fucking George Lopez show or whatever the fuck they got.
That's still, I don't know. When I put Nick at Night on the other night, it was all Friends.
Well, they just got it, I think. So like they're like blowing their load with that right now.
No, they've had Friends for a while, honey.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think they finally got over their George Lopez obsession.
Well, how am I gonna watch fucking George Lopez now?
I don't know. Maybe just replay the episodes in your mind.
Do they still have the Fresh Prince?
I don't know.
They still got the Fresh Prince?
Do you realize, like, okay, last night was the first time in a while, like, I channel surfed at night for something to watch.
Whoa. Can I check your pulse?
I had a really short work shift, and then I got home, and I watched Riverdale, and then I had nothing on my DVR waiting for me. I had nothing on the DVR at all.
You should have thrown on season 1 of Stranger Things and caught up.
So, I watched an episode of Caroline in the City. I watched that episode of Friends. And then I was like, I don't know what to watch, so I started scrolling through the channels, and I watched some New Girl, and I watched some more Friends. I watched some Last Man Standing.
Did you watch this show that's coming on NBC 10 o'clock? Chicago Fire. Did you watch that?
Nope, never watched it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. I know it's a show about firefighters and rescue squads and paramedics who do, I don't know, rescuing and firefighting. It takes place in the Law and Order universe. Sophia Bush is on, like, the spinoff.
No, Sophia Bush left.
She wanted to save the world instead of fucking saving fictional characters on Chicago. Is it PD? She on Chicago PD?
Yeah, she was on PD. She was like the badass lead on the PD one.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her growing up and becoming a badass lead.
I mean, she grew up and she like went and was like the badass female cop on a TV show, while Chad Michael Murray keeps playing asshole characters on stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of Chad Michael Murray, whoa, what a good fucking segue. You're welcome, Cat Hall, said the author. Let's get into Agent Carter.
Yes, finally.
Which happens to star fucking Chad Michael Murray. I almost said Michaels. I keep thinking of that fucking Will Ferrell movie. Chad Michael Michaels, is that his name?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, so let's move on.
The figure skating movie? I don't know.
I like saw that once and it did not stick with me. I just know the annoying guy from Napoleon Dynamite was in that.
Napoleon Dynamite? Like the actual Napoleon Dynamite guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happened to him? Like, where'd he go?
I don't know.
I don't know. Come back. So, to bother Cat. Hold on, though. Hold on. You kind of have, like, Napoleon Dynamite, like, hairdo right now.
Oh, you can finally see me?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's all fucking frizzy and all over the place. I'm like, are you fucking Napoleon Dynamite? That's who you should be for Halloween.
No, I hate Napoleon Dynamite.
I'll be Tina Majorino's character, whatever the fuck her name is.
I don't even remember the movie. I saw it once, and that was enough.
You didn't like it? You weren't a fan?
No, I didn't like it, and everybody freaking loved it around me. I was like, this wasn't that good.
I don't know. It had, like, it came out at the right time. Just had a little charm to it, a little fun little charm, and it wasn't like a raunchy comedy. It was like rated PG, but it still made me laugh, and it wasn't for kids, and it just had, like, good one-liners. I don't know. I guess you're just going to be a fucking weirdo when 2004 or whatever year it came out.
Yeah.
All right, but you ready for Carter Corner? You ready to get into Agent Carter now?
Yes.
All right, so the series was written by the power duo Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, grandson of Mr. McFeely from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the postman.
Okay.
I don't know, I just made that up. I just know his name is Mr. McFeely, right?
I don't remember.
What?
I don't remember stuff like this.
Oh my goodness. We have to take you back to the fucking imagination land or whatever the fuck it was called. All right. So the power duo, Marcus and Nick Fury, they wrote all 3 Captain America movies. Yes, all 3. Thor: The Dark World, and Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. So, Uga, so how could Agent Carter feel? How could this show fail? What? Like, how? Tell me.
Because ABC didn't promote it.
Yeah. Oh, and American audiences suck. That's why. And it was out in, like, January, in, like, the midst of, like, gearing up for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so ABC did not promote it well enough. And it was still in that point where you still had a bunch of misogynist men going, we don't want a female-led superhero type thing.
Yeah, we're pre Jessica Jones, we're pre Wonder Woman, we're pre, like, people were still like, the Black Widow didn't even get a fucking action figure. Like we're in that world right now.
Yeah, like at this point, like you barely find Black Widow on a freaking Avengers t-shirt.
Yeah, so like we're still in that world.
Like, let's be real. There's not, like, you can't find Peggy Carter. Like, the only Peggy Carter merch I have ever found, besides a Funko Pop, is a purse.
After the show was canceled, they, like, very quickly killed the character off in fucking Civil War. And they, like, just, like, phased her out, like, entirely from the MCU until Endgame. They did, like, they bookended it, which is great. But hold on. Let's do a little, like, Carter history. So she made her first MCU appearance in Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah.
As the no way in hell she's a damsel in distress, but a trained fighter. She's like...
Peggy Carter is a freaking badass. She was one of the most badass women ever.
Yeah, like, it doesn't start off with her, like, training or, like, building up to, like, what she becomes. Like, she starts off this way.
She just is.
She's a leader. Yeah, she's her already. She's, like, already her. And it's great. So... After that movie came out, the series, like, we're already on the path to the show. So she was the star of a 15-minute short, actually called Agent Carter, which was a special feature on the Iron Man 3 DVD.
Yes, and it showed at Comic-Con.
Yeah, if it flashes forward to the future, just a tidbit, we see Peggy Carter, now a member of the S.S.R, the Strategic Scientific Reserve. I got it right this time. I think we didn't know what it stood for last episode. She's faced with rampant sexism from her colleagues, but whatever. She doesn't have time for that. And she goes against her boss's wishes to locate the Zodiac. Yeah, the Zodiac. Do you know what the Zodiac is? It's a little mysterious serum that all the boys are trying to locate. But hold on. Hold the fucking presses. She finds it first. But and they're pissed at her.
Because of course she does, because she's Peggy Carter and the boys are stupid.
Yeah, and, like, they're pissed at her. They're all fucking amped up. They're going to fire her. They're about to fucking, like, kick her ass to the curb. But hold on. Hold the phone. Actually, do hold the phone because it rings. And hold on. Who is it? Who's calling?
I don't know. Who's calling?
Howard Stark. Oh, yeah. Howard Stark informing Agent Carter's boss that, hold on. Miss Peggy Carter, the bitch you're about to fire right now? You know what? We're going to fire you because we're going to make her the fucking co-head. Yes, the co-head of the newly formed S.H.I.E.L.D. What? Fucking what? Yeah. So hot scoop.
Yes.
Right there, for sure. So hold on. Actually, speaking of hot scoop, so the 15-minute short actually takes place, like, in, I guess, the future, sometime after the second season of Agent Carter.
Yeah.
The producers were actually, like, starting to get worried. Like, they weren't sure, like, when, like, now this would take place because they were, like, doing Peggy's story. But I guess their idea was this would be, like, in the middle of the series. So, like, you would have, like, Peggy Carter and her S.S.R. adventures. This would happen. And then I think they were hoping for, like, the final season would be, like, the start of S.H.I.E.L.D. But they didn't get that far.
Yeah, I think that's what their plan was.
Following that, we then got Haley Atwell. She appeared as Peggy Carter in Winter Soldier. Yeah, in Winter Soldier. But she was, like, an old lady. They CGI'd her face.
She was older.
What was that?
She was older. Like, oh, wait. No. You're right. That was the old lady Peggy. Never mind.
Yeah, she was, like, 90 years old, and Steve Rogers went to go visit her in the hospital or wherever.
In her little nursing home, assisted living.
Yep, then we get her in Age of Ultron, where she appears in one of Steve Rogers' hallucinations. We get, like, hot Peggy again.
Oh.
And then my favorite Peggy Carter cameo was in Ant-Man as a 60-year-old woman in 1989 who gets a scene-stealing scene with Roger Sterling's version of Howard Stark. The better one, I think. I don't know. I love the Roger Sterling version of Howard Stark.
See, I love younger Howard Stark.
I don't know. I want like a 1989 era movie with like Roger Sterling as Howard Stark and Peggy Carter. Like we potentially could have got that in like Captain Marvel, but no.
No, we don't have them in Captain Marvel, but they are both in Endgame.
Oh yeah, we're building up to it. So I was really pissed off in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
She dies off screen. Yeah, the bitch fucking dies off screen.
Ugh.
And then they fucking introduce us to fucking shitty Sharon, the grandniece of Peggy.
Sharon got introduced in Winter Soldier.
Oh, she did?
This bitch has like 10 minutes of screen time, I swear, between the two movies she was in. And people are like, oh, she's better than Peggy. I'm like, bitch, no, she's not.
They fucking put her on a poster for Civil War, too, I think. Is this Civil War she gets a poster?
I think so. I don't know. I feel like she's very much a non-entity in the MCU compared to most of the other characters that are, like, well-known.
Well, I think they were trying to make her something that she never became, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I think they were gonna go for the Steve Sharon thing, but Chris Evans and Emily did not have that chemistry. Chris Evans and Haley are like liquid sex together.
Oh, for sure, sure. And like,
holy shit! Like, I just rewatched Captain America: First Avenger. Holy crap, are they hot together? Like, the way they look at each other, like, it's just like, just get a room already, please.
I know. I remember sitting in the theater in like 2011. I had fucking pre-cum over the two of them on screen. It was great.
Like, oh my god, like, oh, they're just, there's something about, they have this chemistry together that's just, oh my god, I need more Haley and Chris on my screen together.
Would you put them above Whitley and Dwayne from A Different World as like your favorite couples of all time or whatever? Fictional couples?
Oh no, my favorite fictional couple of all time? That's Jamal and Allison from Port Charles.
They're better than fucking Agent Carter and Captain America? What?
I mean, I have a very special place in my heart for Jamal and Allison. But I love Steve and Peggy. Oh my god.
Alright. So, we're going to sidestep a bit. So, like, as I said, like, you know, we felt like they were trying to do, like, shitty Sharon and Steve Rogers as a couple. So you want to get into the publication history of Peggy Carter? It's a little bit different.
Yeah, let's go to the publication history of our girl Peggy.
All right, so she first appeared in a single panel frame as an unnamed love interest of Captain America in a May 1966 issue of Tales of Suspense.
Okay.
Hold on, in 1973, she appeared as the older sister of Sharon Carter. Yeah, Sharon Carter in Captain America 161. And however, as the years went on, she was later retconned as Sharon's aunt due to the unaged nature of comic book characters.
Mm-hmm.
But her comic book biography is a bit different. You ready for this little difference?
Yeah, let's go with it.
All right. So her backstory, she wasn't a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So as a teenager, she joined the French Resistance and became a skilled fighter in the French Resistance, and then.
Okay.
She eventually links up with Captain America for like a number of missions. So like they do a bunch of missions together,
mm-hmm.
and then they fall in love. But guess what? She gets amnesia. Yeah, she gets amnesia on one mission.
Oh no!
From an exploding shell, and is ushered back to the States to live with her parents, and eventually create a sister for her. And her sister has Sharon. I don't know, or brother. We don't know. I don't know. But hold on.
Yeah.
That's not the Peggy Carter we know and love. No.
No, it's not.
No. You ready to get into the Peggy Carter that we know and love?
Yes, please.
And give me one hot second because I got to pee real quick, and then we'll get into that history.
Okay.
Okay.
Hurry.
We'll play the Price is Right theme song right here. Or should we play... I was going to say the Agent Carter theme song, but I don't think there is one. Sorry, girls. Knocked everything over.
Better now?
All right.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Cat Hulsa the author, to get into the wild-ass world that is Margaret Carter?
Yes, I have been ready.
Agent of S.S.R, the Strategic Science Reserve. Did you just throw something? Because I rolled your eyes at me.
I just tossed my phone.
All right. Take us into this world, Cat Hall said the author. Take us into the world of Peggy Carter.
Okay.
The fighter.
So when we meet Peggy for the series, it is after World War II. We have lost Captain America.
R.I.P. Captain America.
As far as they're concerned, Captain America is dead. It's not like he's frozen in ice for 70 years and gonna return.
People die.
I mean,
yeah, you don't just crash into ice and live forever. They didn't understand the implications of the super soldier serum yet. They didn't know that it would make you immortal.
Peggy's living in New York City now. The war's over. All these women are trying to figure out their place now, because before they were working in factories, and now they have to hand their jobs back over to the guys, and the guys are all asses about it.
Yeah, they were in the factories making rivets. They were playing baseball with the Rockford Peaches, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? They were doing all kinds of stuff.
They're doing all kinds of stuff. Oh God.
I would love an episode of if the show had gone on for a little bit longer, maybe Dottie Hinson could have stopped by, and it was like, "Hey, Peggy, you're a great opponent on the field." Because I don't know, there's a part of me just believes that Peggy Carter was on one of the opposing teams of the Rockford Peaches.
When would Peggy have had time?
I don't know. You know what? Maybe that was
She's fighting Hydra.
Maybe that was one of her cover stories. She had to go to Chicago for a Chicago adventure, and they didn't have a telephone company or a rivet factory that she could have worked at, so she had to go undercover as a fucking baseball player.
Anyway.
That would be great.
So, Peggy's living in an apartment.
I don't know. You're not down with that?
With another young woman. They're sharing the apartment. They work different hours. So, the roommate works overnight. So, Peggy gets the bed at night. And then Peggy works during the day. So, the roommate gets the bed during the day.
Yeah, they got one bed. They got one bed only. And they just, it's like a rotating bed. Yeah. And it's one of those, Murphy beds that, fold out from the wall. It's great.
And the roommate comes home. She's sick. And Peggy's just get your rest. Yada, yada. And Peggy's going to work. And the friend's like, oh, yeah, you have a good day at the telephone company. And we see, Peggy going to work. And it's this building that says telephone company, and she goes in, and there's a bay of operators, and there's one at the end that
they leave a snarky conversation between them, real quick, something that would probably actually happen in an office. Maybe.
Yeah, and then there's one, I think her name is Rose, and she and Peggy chat, and I guess Peggy kind of gives her whatever she needs to do to get in, even though they know each other, but Peggy inserts one of the phone jacks into something, and the walls open.
A door opens.
And reveals the S.S.R.
I want to talk about this for a minute. So imagine that's your job. You're the person who inserts the jack to the secret door.
Mm-hmm.
Would you just fucking hate yourself if you had that job?
I don't know.
I mean, it's cool. You have to do all this. You probably actually are a telephone operator. But it's you also have to be the gatekeeper too. And I'm just oh my God. It's you know what?
Yeah.
That's really cool that Peggy Carter comes in. She's 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 a woman. She's fighting crime.
She's the only woman allowed back there.
And she's I'm stuck out here on the phones. And but I'm a part of this because I get to put my the little jack in the secret slot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's it. And she can't even talk about it. She can't go home and be hey guys, guess what?
Yeah. I kind of wonder if she messes with Jack sometimes. Chad Michael Murray's character's oh, sorry, wrong hole. Give me just a second. There you go.
Oh, do you think that's
because I feel she would do that once a week to him.
Do you think it's a little playful thing? Do you think they were out one night after work and they both got drunk and Jack got a little tipsy and was a little forceful towards Rose? And then Rose is Jack, wrong hole.
Oh my God. Anyways, so Peggy goes into the S.S.R. office, and she is legitimately the only female in this office.
Yeah, we see her walking around, and there's all these important little business meetings going on. People talking about
mm-hmm.
I don't know, end of the world disasters and things that are happening. And yet someone hands her I don't know, a folder that just file or something, and she's what?
Yeah, they basically have put Peggy on secretarial duty.
Yeah, they want her to man the phones. They want her to make coffee.
Mm-hmm.
They want her to alphabetize things. There's even a joke they're do you even know what the first letter is, Peggy? No. She's it's A. as in obviously like implying the guy was an asshole line. But then hold on, we meet Daniel Sosa. Is that his name?
Daniel Sosa.
And he was injured in war, I guess, like lost a leg or something.
He didn't lose a leg, but he like injured his leg and now he's got a limp that he needs a crutch for.
And they kind of like threw him to desk work too. Like they're like, you know what, you can't work in the field anymore. So now just like I guess he relates with Peggy, which is great because he like now starts seeing things from her perspective.
Like sort of, but he's still a guy.
Yeah, he's still a guy. They include him in on like a lot of like the secrets, the stuff that they keep like Peggy out of.
Yeah.
When things get like really fun, like, you know, there's a fun mission for them to go on. They're like, all right, so I guess you gotta like stay back with Peggy and, I don't know, alphabetize these files.
Unless there's like nobody else around, and then Daniel gets to go.
Now that I really think about it, like, it's like, whoa, like they really did need like a good like filing system. So when someone's like, hold on, we need the fucking Red Skull file, they did need like administrative people. So it's like, why didn't they bring in like more females to do that? I don't know.
I am not enjoying your misogyny here.
All right, okay. So why doesn't Jack do the?
Yeah, exactly. Why doesn't Jack do it? Does he know the alphabet? Probably not.
Probably not. But like, I'm starting to understand this world now. Like,
yeah, Peggy's like basically got office duty, and they've got like they're all freaking out in the S.S.R. because apparently Howard Stark has created something, and he's on the run. And they think he sold it to the enemies, and he's on the run now.
Oh yeah, like I guess he had like an arsenal of like new tech that is on the black market.
New tech bombs.
Yeah.
Like he created a formula for a new bomb, and they believe he sold it to somebody. And now all these little bombs are all over the place. Thing is, we learned that Howard did not sell it. It was stolen from him, but he's on the run, and he trusts only Peggy to help him. Well, Peggy and his faithful companion Jarvis.
We meet Howard Stark again and Jarvis for the first time. So I guess
well, Peggy's out at dinner. She's out at the diner.
Yeah.
So at this point, we know Howard's on the run. She goes out to dinner at this little diner she goes to all the time, and Angie is the waitress. Angie is amazing. We love Angie. She's one of the greatest.
Yeah, played by Lindsay Fonseca.
Yes.
Lindsay Fonseca only does one episode of season 2. Is that right? She only appears in one episode.
Yeah, I think she just has like one appearance, and it was so sad because we wanted more Angie.
That was my only complaint of season 2 was not enough Angie. And I kind of like the slow build though of like Angie.
Yeah.
Like at some points they kind of made it seem like that she might be like an enemy, but you're not really sure.
Yeah, because Angie is just like this adorable little waitress. She's just trying to make it. She's friendly with Peggy. But there's like this customer who's always like, he comes in every night and he gives Angie a fucking hard time every night. And Peggy's watching it. And Peggy is just like rolling her eyes. And then Peggy like is talking to Anne. And then she looks down. There's a note for Peggy. Peggy finds a note. It says, meet me in the alley.
Yeah, she doesn't know where it came from.
Yeah, she doesn't know where it came from. So she goes out into the alley. And Jarvis like, it's Jarvis out there, who's this British guy. At this point, we don't know who the hell he is. We don't know what's going on. And he, like, tries to get Peggy, like, in the car. And she's like, oh, hell no. She's like, bitch, no. And starts, like, fighting him. And then a car comes racing up.
She, like, smacks him in the face.
And it's Howard. Howard's like, Peggy, get in the car. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, so as you said, we learned that Stark was set up. Someone, I guess, broke into his like weapon arsenal or like his vault or whatever. They cut a hole in the floor.
Yeah, they like cracked his safe and stole the formula.
Yeah, they stole the formula. It wasn't even like, actually, it was like a piece of paper that had the formula on it. Like it wasn't even made yet.
Yeah, he hadn't made it.
It was a theory. It was basically essentially a theory.
Yeah.
And
this person stole it, sold it, and people started making it.
And they know it's like somewhere in New York. They know it's out there in New York.
Yeah.
So now I guess like, you know, Carter accepts the mission. She's like, all right, I'll do your work. And
Howard's like, you're the only one I trust, Peggy. Jarvis is going to be here to help you. He will drive you wherever you need to go. Yada, 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 all this stuff.
Howard Stark has to, like, leave the country, but it also, like, happens to coincide with, like, you know, the actor wasn't going to be available, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
We get a little like Jarvis backstory.
Yeah.
We learn that he's married. He has a wife who is not seen until the second season, right?
Yes, we do not meet Mrs. Jarvis until season 2.
Peggy is always calling him like at like inopportune times. Like he's always like making dinner for her or something, or like they're about to go out.
Yeah.
Like Jarvis has like strict rules. He's like,
we don't. Peggy's like, espionage waits for no one.
Yeah, because Jarvis is like, I have strict rules. Like I'm not available from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And Peggy's like, why?
Yeah.
And he's like, because that's my time with my wife. And that's what, yeah, like she's like, espionage like has no time boundaries.
It's great.
Carter accepts this mission. She goes back to work the next day, the S.S.R. She kind of like finagles herself into like a meeting of the men.
Well, she made the coffee.
I think she's talking to Sosa. Like her and Sosa are talking, and she sees Jack and the other guy,
the head of the agency. I forget his name right now.
Yeah, the head of agency, played by Shea Wiggum. That's all I know. So like she sees them go into a room, and she's kind of like asking Sosa like what's going on in there, but he's like, oh, I don't know. They're like talking about they had some leads. She gets the brilliant idea where she's just gonna like, you know what? I'm just gonna go fucking make a pot of coffee and just like worm my way in there.
Yeah.
They even make a comment. They're like, what are you doing in here, Peggy? And she's like, I'm here to bring you coffee. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like, here's my mug. Fucking fill her up.
Yeah.
But they're continuing their meeting. So she like learns about like she learns that Jack has fallen a lead at like a club owned by a guy named Spider Raymond.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
He's gonna sell the formula. Like they know it's a formula or they know it's a weapon. Like they have some idea of like what it is. So
they have a concept, but yeah.
So Peggy fucking immediately like leaves the meeting. She heads back to her little fucking secret room where she has all her wigs and hot dresses and stuff. And she throws on like a blonde haired wig. She throws in this like sexy number, this fucking hot dress, this hot like night dress.
Yes, this hot gold dress.
She shows up at the club. The second she walks in, like someone takes a picture of her, but she like turns her head at the right moment.
Yeah.
So it like covers her face, which becomes a plot point for like the rest of the show, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's
Peggy knows how to avoid detection.
Oh yeah, she's like eyeballing the room because she starts to like see people that like might recognize her and stuff, and like as soon as she walks in, there's a guy like, hey, can I have a dance? And she's like buzz off, kind of. Yeah,
and she's got this great fake American accent that she's using. It's wonderful.
That's right, because she's English. She kind of eyeballs the room and she kind of like figures out like the way people are talking or being secretive. She figures out like who is the person she should approach. She learns there's like a secret room upstairs. You know how there's always a secret room upstairs over the dance floor? There's
always a room where the back room deals are, so.
There's always like in the back of the club, in the back of the party, there's always like a stairwell. Like, you would think that, you know, if bad guys are going to do some, like, little secret bidding, that maybe they won't put, like, the entryway to, like, the secret room, like, in the middle of the party.
Oh, come on now. Where would be the fun? That's why it's there, because it's in plain sight.
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. I mean, you're going to have these, like, trained professionals, Agent Carter, or Sydney Bristow from Alias. Like, she would always go to parties like this and, like, see, like, the party, like, the secret room would be, like, in the middle of the party.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, you know, one of these fucking days. You know, one of these days, the rightfully trained person is going to, like, just come in, waltz in, and just, like, I don't know. And it's always a female. Like, they can always, like, flirt their way in. I don't know. I guess that's the...
They can flirt their way in. They're not seen as dangerous.
No. It's...
Like, that's the one... Like, that is what is said to be Peggy Carter's superpower, is that people underestimate her.
Yeah, because she preys on the weakness of men. Because, hold on, she bumps into, like, I guess it's, like, the guard or something. I don't really know what he is.
It's someone like that.
She, like, charms him. Yeah, she's like, let's go upstairs or something. And he takes her upstairs, and
she's all like, I have something I need to sell, or something like that.
So, and
he's all like, oh, okay.
She has this, like, lipstick that she puts on her lips, but I guess, like, when she kisses somebody, it activates some kind of, like, sleeping powder. I don't know. I would love to know the science behind it.
Like, you notice she puts it on, but she makes sure she doesn't, like, lip smack to, like when women put lipstick on, they usually kind of do that. They smear it with their lips, and then she doesn't really do that.
So it activates, I guess, when it comes in contact with itself?
When it's, like, ingested or something, I think. Yeah.
Well, because I was trying to figure out, like, how it worked. Because, like, how come it didn't, like, impact her, but all she did was kiss the guy. But it was, like, maybe he put his tongue in there or something, and it was, like, absorbed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got, like, aggressive in that kiss real fast.
Yeah. So they go upstairs in the secret room. They start making out. He passes out. and she has like a she takes out her little watch, and it's like it's a device that she attaches to the safe.
I love it because it's just this little analog watch that she like attaches, and it like winds up to the crack the code. It's amazing.
Yep, it must be like magnet operated. I don't know. Who knows? So
something. It's amazing. It's probably a Howard Stark invention. She's probably one of like 5 people with it.
Yep. So she expects to find, I guess, like the piece of paper that has the formula. Yeah. But the safe opens up. There's like a glow. We see like a little like yellow, orangey like glow.
Yeah, this orangey yellow glow.
And she's like, "Oh fuck!" And she pulls out this little like orb. This little, it looks like a little perfume bottle.
It's very decorative. Like, it looks like a perfume bottle.
Yeah, it looks like something that like Elizabeth Taylor fucking White Diamonds would sell it in or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, this ornate perfume bottle. And so Peggy like gently takes it out and she puts it in her purse. And then she like makes her way out. And as she's leaving, guess who shows up? Agent Asshole.
No, hold on.
And a couple of the guys.
You missed a fun scene. You missed, right. So Peggy's still in the office. And so she picks up the desk phone. And she calls Jarvis at home.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like past it's past 9 o'clock. So it's like past Jarvis's time. And Jarvis is like, "I told you, you're not allowed to call her after 9 o'clock. And she's like, "I think this like trumps your rules." And he's like, "Wait, what's going on?" He's like, "So tell me about Howard's like formula." And he starts reading off like, he's like, "All right, well, like theoretically, if it has been created," which it has, like I'm actually fucking holding it now. She's like, "It's going to be a very volatile liquid." She's like, "Any like sudden movement, any sudden jerk will like set it off. And like even like I guess like 1 milliliter of it would like cause like an implosion, which would wipe out like 5 blocks or something."
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh shit, like this is the real deal."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Whatever you do," he's like, "do not touch the core. Don't drop it, don't break it. It'll set it off." And she's like, "How do I like deactivate it?" And he gives her like a formula. It's like common household items that will like just deactivate it. So now that she knows what to do, she's like about to leave, but I guess there was this guy like downstairs in the party.
Oh, there's the guy who wants to like buy it from the club owner. So like the club owner is the intermediate. He's the middleman.
There's this guy, and he like comes into the room expecting to like meet the seller.
Mm-hmm.
Instead he sees Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter, wrong Peggy, wrong decade.
Holding the vial, and she's like, "Oh shit!" So she just picks up a fucking stapler and fucking clocks him over the head, knocking him out fucking instantly.
Yes.
Which is fucking great. And she's like, she tries to leave, but
it's one of the many reasons I love Peggy Carter. Oh my god, I love her so much.
She tries to leave, but at like the same time, like Jack and the rest of the S.S.R. shows up because they're gonna bust this meeting.
So like, can we talk about that for a second? So Peggy got this information from the guys that like morning, okay, and then she's like, "Oh, I need to request a sick day," and they're all like, "Why?" And she's like, I have a headache. And they're like, oh, woman thing. Okay, yeah, you go shopping, honey. You go shopping, honey.
Yeah, you go take care of that.
Okay, so like, what did these guys do all day?
Well,
while Peggy got ready for this and got there before them?
Well,
they went home and changed their suits and got like all dolled up themselves?
Well, I mean, like, they just probably went home, changed into different suits to go to the party.
Yeah, that's what they did. They changed to different suits, but
I don't know. Yeah, I guess now that you think about it, it is kind of weird because it's like maybe because did they drop a time of the party? Like they didn't specifically say a time, but
I think they like dropped it. I don't think they dropped a time at all.
But I don't know. Maybe you know what? So maybe Peggy went home, got ready, and then like stalked the place until the party started so she could get there first.
Yeah,
because I'm guessing if you're gonna go in and like try to be like unnoticeable, you're gonna want to show up a little bit like after things have started where you can like blend in better.
Yeah,
but Peggy, I guess, being an attractive woman and no one to suspect her, she could get there early and people would just think she's like a party goer.
Well, like, plus as soon as Jack and the guys showed up, they like people knew they were feds.
Oh yeah, because like the other people like whispered and they were like pointing over in the corner and stuff. But
yeah, Peggy
like slinks through this whole party. She came in and like went out pretty much virtually undetected.
Yeah, so she just like they just think she's some dame.
Yeah, I love when she's trying to escape. So she's trying to escape and Jack is there. Jack is like eyeballing the room, like trying to like, because I guess they knew what happened. They went upstairs and they found the guy passed out.
They like found the guy like knocked out with the stapler, and they're like, oh my god, they're like, a woman was up here, and Jack's kind of like, wait, what?
And the club owner was like just coming out of it. I think he's like just waking up, and he's like, what happened? So he's like, Jack is eyeballing the room. And that's when like Peggy's trying to sneak out, but she bumps into the first guy that was like, hey, you want to dance? And Peggy's like...
Yeah, so she dances with him a little bit.
Yeah, so Peggy's like using like dance maneuvers to like stay out of like Jack's sight. Because you know what? You would see somebody dancing, you wouldn't like give him a second thought.
Yeah.
But it's like as soon as he's about to like make eye contact with Peggy, Peggy's like, dip me. So like the guy dips her. Mm-hmm. And then Jack like turns his head the other direction. They come back up and Peggy's like, thank you very much. And she like runs out of the club and like gets into her little cab and drives off. It's great. It's fucking great.
Yes, it's amazing. And then she goes home and she like her roommate's like all like doped up on cold medicine and stuff. She's like, oh Peggy, I'll take the chair. No, Peggy's like, no, you take the bed. You're sick. She's like, Peg, you look like $1 million. Oh
yeah,
and Peg's like, oh, thank you. Well, Peggy goes into the bathroom to try and like deactivate this stuff with like some baking soda.
Yeah, she gets out like vinegar, baking soda, and like, I don't know, like hydrogen peroxide. And she grabs like a bottle of whiskey too. Yeah. So it's like, oh, okay, that's like part of it. So she puts all the stuff together. She like pulls the core out of the little like perfume bottle and then drops it into the thing and it deactivates. She sprays like she pours her mixture into an actual perfume bottle and then she pulls the core out and spritzes it. And then you see the camera like closes up on like the whiskey bottle and she picks up the whiskey bottle and like takes a swig and you're like, oh, that's why she had the whiskey bottle. Yeah. She walks out of the room. She hears like a noise. Doesn't she like hear like a weird noise? Yeah, there's like a noise in the rest of the apartment. Peggy goes out and there's like this weird creepy guy. She finds her roommate dead. Yeah. He was shot in the head. So the creepy guy was from the party. He followed Peggy Carter home and killed the roommate thinking it was going to be Peggy, but now like Peggy... Because Peggy's taken off her wig and the roommate was blonde. Oh, that's right, yeah. I didn't think of that. Good catch. So... they get in a little scuffle. Peggy happens to notice that the guy has like a Y-shaped scar on his neck. Yeah. Right before she pushes him out the window. So he like falls out like it's like I don't know, maybe like 5 stories up, maybe. Yeah, something like that. It's definitely like a little walk-up apartment. It's enough you could fall out the window and survive. It's not like a death fall. Yeah. Because she looked out the window expecting to see him like land on the ground, but he's gone. So she's like, fuck, like I'm screwed now. Yeah. We get like a little scene where she's now like back at the restaurant. So her and Jarvis can't like sit at the same table. They have to like sit back to back at like separate booths. And they talk that way. Yeah. And Jarvis is like, you sure no one can trace you? And she's like, no. She's like, the apartment wasn't under my name. It was under my roommate's name. And he's like, do you think she ever told anyone about you? And he's like, as far as I know, like she has a brother in like Pennsylvania and has like no other family. So I guess like a thing, if you like look into the history, like women used to just like not escape, but just like leave their families and like move to the city. And a lot of them just kind of like, you just disappeared. Like you're gone. Like, you know, they kind of like disconnected in a way because like if they're moving to the city, there's probably like a reason they don't want to be around their family. Yeah. It's like, the 40s, I guess, in New York City, it's starting to become like modern times. Like now, I guess you could like go back and trace people back to like where they came from. Yeah. So this is kind of like the early beginnings of that, which is like nowadays, I think you would have like a harder problem doing that because you have like social security numbers and like people require so much information before you like rent an apartment. But I think in 1940, it was probably easier to like evade if you needed to escape. Yeah. Which is great. Oh, totally. Much easier. And like you probably paid everything in cash. Yeah. And I just love this. Like it was a quick little like 1 to 2 minute like storyline where it's just like she was concerned about like the woman who died, but she was like grateful because you know that Peggy like sought her out because she was like a loner. Yeah. And it's like, and this girl like, she worked overnights. She probably slept during the day. She had no, like, real human connections with people. Yeah, probably. And she probably, like, sought this person out, and she had the apartment in her name. So, like, I don't know. It was kind of, like, a sad line, because, like, deep down, Peggy was just like, oh, my God, like, this poor girl. Like, in a way, she kind of used her, but she was essential to her survival. It kept Peggy enough in the dark from the rest of the world. Like, nobody knew Peggy Carter was, you know what I mean? Because, let's be real, there was, like, news footage of Peggy's face
in like old like World War II stuff with Captain America.
Oh, like newsreels.
So it kept her under the radar. And like if you look, because there's like in the first Captain America movie, that damn compass, he had Peggy's picture there, and it's shown in one of those news files. Because they like show like Tommy Lee Jones and Haley Atwell in the theater being like, and she's like, ooh. And he looks at her like, oh, really, Peggy?
There's even a line earlier in the episode when we first meet Angie, where Peggy's like looking at like an old newspaper of like Captain America, and she comes up and comments on him like, oh man, like what I would fucking give to like run my hands through his hair. Peggy Carter, like, like deep down, like she's just like, oh, like she would love to comment on it, but she can't. She's just like, oh, I hear.
She wants to be like, girl, that was my man.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, I hear he was a catch, and then they like quickly move on conversation. So it's like it's great. Like she can't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Like in the real world.
And then like,
so we kind of like get to see the struggle.
So like Jarvis and Peggy are talking, and they've got their backs to back in the booths. And Jarvis makes this comment about how he's trying to evict this woman from Howard's penthouse that has like she's set up shop there.
Like won't leave.
Yeah, she won't leave. We'll learn later that it's Dottie.
Yes. All right. Can we do a quick Dottie corner because I guess this is a good time.
Okay, so Dottie is a Hydra Russian early woman who's gone through the same training that Black Widow goes through. So like she's in that early Black Widow program.
Yes. So she's in I guess they call it Leviathan.
Yeah.
Is the agency in this. So she's like I guess maybe the first Black Widow, I don't know.
She's one of the first like Black Widows, I guess. We'll call them Black Widows because I don't know what else to call them.
All right, so hold on. Like comic book history, there is actually like multiple Black Widows.
Okay.
Natasha Romanoff is not like the only Black Widow. She's the first character to take on the Black Widow name.
Okay.
But the Black Widow actually like predates like actual Marvel. So like
okay.
She first appeared in a 1940 issue of Mystic Comics in the form of Clairvoyant. Who Hot Scoop is considered to be the first costume superpowered female protagonist in comic books ever.
Okay.
Bears no connection to like the current day Black Widow because this version of the Black Widow, she killed evildoers to deliver their souls to Satan, her master. So I guess she's kind of like I guess in a way, maybe Satan's good. He's sending the Black Widow to Earth to kill evildoers. I don't know. Who knows?
Is this the chilling adventures of Sabrina?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so like the main Black Widow we know is Natasha Romanoff, who's the first character to take on the actual name, the Black Widow. She was created in 1964, and she's been in a number of superhero teams, including the Avengers, the Defenders, the Champions, S.H.I.E.L.D., and the Thunderbolts. And she's also, as we know, she's in the movies played by Scarlett Johansson. Can I throw this out there?
Yeah.
I'm not a Scarlett Johansson fan, but I do like Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow. Like, I feel like that's a...
Can I say same? Like, anything else that Scarlett's done, I'm just like, oh, get her off my screen. But when she's the Black Widow... She gets me, and like when she died in Endgame, I like was like, holy shit, no.
There's just like a secrecy and just like a quietness or like a subtleness to the Black Widow character that I think like Scarlett Johansson is like the perfect actress to play this role. But like if she's playing just like a regular like Joe Schmo in anything else, it's just like a Lost in Translation. Like people love that movie, and I'm just like I love Bill Murray. Bill Murray was great in Lost in Translation, but like I just did not like Scarlett Johansson in it.
Yeah, like when she's in what is it? He's Just Not That Into You
or anything.
I'm just like, why are these guys like throwing themselves at her? She's like this selfish character, and just like ugh.
I remember when Iron Man 2 came out, and I had seen that Scarlett Johansson was going to be as the Black Widow. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to see it. Like, I did not see it in movie theaters. Like, I was like, I don't want to fucking see this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see it till after the first Avengers came out. That was the first time I saw Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. And I remember texting my friend. I was like, you know what? I did not hate Scarlett Johansson in this. And like, I went back and watched Iron Man 2, and I was like, oh, like this is like she's like this is like a good role for her. Like, if I were her, I would just fucking ride this out. I would Adam West this to the fucking end of her days.
Hey, we still have, like, okay, Black Widow might be dead in Endgame, but we still have Black Widow movie coming.
If you know comic books, superheroes never die. They always come back. They always find a way back. And we got multiverses. We got like multiverses all over the place. So who knows? She's out there still.
Possibly.
She's coming back.
Maybe. We don't know for sure.
All right.
So, they're at the diner and, they're talking, and Jarvis, like, leaves to go do his, like, daily chores that he's got to do for Howard, even though Howard's out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Jarvis still has stuff to do for the man.
Howard screwed town on a boat.
This dude, that annoying customer, is back, and he's giving Angie a hard time. Again. And Peggy decides that she's just done with this. So when Angie goes back into the kitchen, Peggy goes up to the guy, grabs a fork, and starts stabbing him in the side, pressing it into his side. And she's like, giving him the what for. She's like, you're going to treat her nicely, you're going to leave a nice tip, and you're going to find some place else to eat and leave her alone. And he's like terrified at this moment. Angie doesn't see any of this.
So Peggy leaves, and Angie looks up from like the kitchen window. And she just sees that fucking jerky customer just like pulling a bunch of like singles out of his wallet and like leaving on the table. And she's like, that's weird. Like, this guy never leaves a tip.
And like, he's actually paying.
I guess I did something right today.
And like, then Peggy leaves the diner, and that's like the end of the episode.
No, but hold on. We missed the whole wild adventure.
Oh my god, we totally forgot about that. Oh my god.
No, you totally forgot about it. We didn't totally forget about it.
I totally forgot about that. Sorry.
Ugh. So...
Oh, there's so much that happens in this. It feels like a whole movie.
While Peggy's like, at the party / club or whatever, she learns about the Roxxon company, which is some like plant on like the edge of town or something.
Yeah.
Just out of the city, I guess. Just far away enough where it's kind of like secluded. It's like I don't know, maybe in like a secluded area of outside New York City. I don't know where it is. Maybe fucking Staten Island. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Jarvis takes her there. And she just kind of like is like, all right, just stay here. She gives him a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
It's not even like the earpieces. It's like actual fucking walkie-talkies. Call me if it's an emergency. Call me if it's an emergency.
Yeah.
She sneaks in. And she sees kind of like a business meeting going down. It's like these two scientist type guys. And they're just kind of like, there's like briefcases of money. And there's like a little table. We see like another one of those little balls that have the fucking blow-up ball. I don't know what to call it. More
of the glowing things until then, oh shit.
Yeah, so...
The one guy opens the back of the truck, and the whole fucking dairy truck is filled with these.
You're jumping ahead a little bit, though, so...
Oh, sorry!
So she's witnessing, like, this little, like, business meeting, and she's trying to, like, I guess get enough information where she could, like, stop it. But outside, like, another car pulls up. It's, I guess, I don't know who it is. It's another bad guy. So Jarvis, like, picks up his walkie-talkie and he, like, pages Agent Carter. But it's like she has a walkie-talkie in her pocket. So, like, the people doing the meeting, like, hear it. So they know there's, like, someone in the room with them. So they're, like, they're creeping around the room. They're trying to find, like, who else is in there. And that's when, like, Peggy, like, attacks one of them. And he chases this one guy. And he thinks he's just got, like, one of those orbs. And he's like gonna shoot him, but he opens up the dairy truck door, and as he said, there's like a bunch of those. There's a whole fucking truck full of those things.
The whole truck is just glowing.
Yeah.
Orange, yellow, like it's like 10,000 jack-o'-lanterns staring at you.
Yeah, and he's like,
kind of glow.
He's like, you shoot me, and this whole fucking place will blow.
Yeah.
He then activates one of the orbs. And he, like, hops in the dairy truck and takes off. And so I guess, she has, like, 30 seconds to get out of there. Because we learned earlier in the episode that you have, like, 30 seconds before, like, the implosion takes place. So she's, like, running out of there. And she calls up Jarvis. And she's like, Jarvis, like, I need you to go to, like, the west entrance or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, why? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I can't. It's, like, because the car that just came in is, like, parked over by it. So he's like, I can't go over there. She's like, just go... Why? And she's like, I'll tell you in a minute. And he just like blindly goes, and she like jumps off like a little ledge or something, lands on the car, and he's driving, and she's like, drive faster, and she like slides back into the car. The implosion happens, and like the flames are chasing the car. It's about to engulf the car in flames, but then they get sucked back in, and it sucks off like the license plate and the like the bumper of the car.
The bumper, yeah.
Which becomes like a plot point later on too, by the way. They drive back home or whatever, and now we get like we're back at the S.S.R. building, and they're all talking about like what happened at the party at the club, and they're like, oh, you know what? there was a mysterious blonde that entered earlier in the night. Like 4 or 5 witnesses saw this mysterious blonde. Supposedly, this like reporter caught her on film, and there's like a camera.
Yeah.
And they're like about to like open up the film and like I guess get it developed, but then they get like a phone call. Daniel Sousa, maybe it's Daniel. Is it Daniel Sousa?
Sousa, I think, yeah. Sousa, it's like Sousa, Jack, and the commander.
Well, I think like Sosa was like manning the phones though, so he like comes running in. He's like,
yeah,
there's been an explosion at the Roxin factory, but hold on, the building's missing. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
They leave, and we get like the camera closes up on the little like box of it, like the camera box that has like the film in it. And we're like, oh, Peggy's like spared for the moment.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the first episode, and
yeah.
So the series like dwells on, and it's like her, and we slowly like learn about Leviathan, and the mystery uncovers, and like so Howard Stark's on the run.
She's pretty much always a step ahead of the guys.
Yeah, she's always a step ahead of the guys. Daniel Sosa is kind of like leading his own investigation from afar.
Yeah, Daniel's kind of like, because they do leave, like we said earlier, they leave Daniel out, but not as much as they leave Peggy out. Like, if Jack has to choose between Daniel and Peggy, he's picking Daniel.
Daniel's kind of like on the outskirts. He's trying to investigate like the mystery of like the blonde-haired woman. He comes like, we get like a lot of close calls between S.S.R. and Peggy, like, them discovering that she's a double agent.
She's not really a double agent, though.
I mean, she kind of is because she's working for the enemy.
Kind of, sort of is, but not exactly, because she's like, knows what's really going on.
Yeah.
Because they're just like automatically thinking the worst of my boy Howard.
They know if that she went in and would just say like he's innocent, they're not going to believe her. So she can't just like, she has to find like solid proof. Which is like the reason of her doing this all like undercover missions. And so it's like a fun little like cloak and dagger. We get a lot of like back and forth event. And it's like one big story through the whole series. As you said, the character of Dottie Underwood eventually gets introduced. They all live at like this like home for young women that like men are not allowed in.
Basically, they live in a boarding house like in Bosom Buddies.
Yes, exactly. Like Bosom Buddies.
Yes.
Like
callback.
No men are allowed. Yeah, so it's great. And then like we slowly learn that like Dottie is a member of Leviathan. She's a Black Widow. We kind of get this like epic showdown between the two characters. Like the lead guy ends up like in the end, the lead guy ends up like he sacrifices himself for like the cause because he finally realizes that like Peggy was right all along.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a sad scene. It's kind of like a sad moment. And the show is renewed for a second season. In which brings Peggy to Hollywood.
Yes.
Brings Peggy and Jarvis to Hollywood. And it's not as good as the first season, but I still enjoyed it.
Yes, I still loved it.
We get a whole like wild new adventure, which talks about...
there's like that crazy thing with the dark matter.
It takes a weird twist.
It does.
Season 2 is definitely a little more sci-fi-ish than the first season.
But at the same time, it's setting up things in the MCU.
Yes. Because I think
that's what it set up stuff for the MCU that a lot of people who just like didn't think to watch this will like don't understand. Like there's setups for stuff.
Well, all right. So the original intentions of these little shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, they were supposed to be like ancillary shows to the world. The first season of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was like kind of fun. So like after like Thor: The Dark World came out, like the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after. You had, like, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like, cleaning up the mess. And you kind of got, like, little somewhat continuation. And, like, the best example is after Winter Soldier, when you had, like, the dismantling of S.H.I.E.L.D., it wildly impacted the show. And the show, like, took, like, a brave new turn where now, like S.H.I.E.L.D. was dead. Like, now what? Like, now what do we do?
Yeah.
So it was, like, wild stuff. But, however, for, like, the second season, because the show wasn't, like, as popular as they thought it would be, they kind of like had to separate themselves. So I guess like the original goal of like this whole like connected world between the TV shows and the movies was starting to become like, I don't know. I kind of wish they would like go back to it, but who knows? Like who knows? Maybe Phase 4 it'll tie it all back together. Disney Plus is doing some brave new things.
Yes. I can't wait for the Disney Plus stuff because there's like the What If series where it's like what if Peggy Carter took the serum instead of Steve, and then Steve becomes Iron Man. Like hello. Sign me up for that. There's
going to be the Wanda and Vision show.
Yeah, which I'm dying to know how that works because Vision's dead.
There's going to be a Loki show, a fucking Loki show.
Yeah, there's a Loki show, which I guess is because like in Endgame he like takes the Tesseract and disappears.
Oh yeah.
Like
so like
in New York instead of like get arrested.
So like what happens after that?
Yeah, and then there's what is it? The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Have a show. Which I'm curious to see how that's going to play since Steve gave his shield to Sam and told him to be Captain America now.
I feel like we're gonna get like a comedic buddy adventure, like a little buddy comedy. Yes, there's like this weird
friendship between Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like they have like this weird like I'm Steve's best friend. No, I'm Steve's best friend. Like kind of thing, and I love it.
It's gonna be great. And you know what? A small part of me, I want to believe that we're gonna get the return of Agent Carter, like because there's so many more adventures. Like there's decades. We have to. Okay, like there's decades of stuff that Peggy was involved in. Peggy and Howard were involved in so much stuff. Like I want to see like conversations between Peggy and Howard and Hank. Yeah, like there
and Michelle Pfeiffer's character, whose name I have forgotten.
Yeah, there's so fucking much that we can explore with this character, and
yes, and plus because at the end of Endgame, Steve is traveling through time. Like, hello, that's a whole movie right there of Steve traveling through time and space to return these stones. That like there are movies there like. What happened when he saw Peggy, like, again in the 70s, and yada, yada, yada. Like, come on, there's so much.
I know, like, as you said, after the show was canceled, they eventually phased Agent Carter out of, like, the universe, but I think Endgame, like, definitely will, like, re-spark interest in the character, and I think Disney Plus can definitely re-spark interest in this.
I think, well, okay, so here's the thing, like, in Civil War, Peggy was not a young woman. Or in Winter Soldier, she wasn't a young woman. Like, there's no way she would be a young woman. So they had to let her go so that Steve could move on to do the things he needed to do so that he could go back in time and be with Peggy.
Yeah, but I think the whole thing was, like, you know what? They knew that Agent Carter didn't work, so it's like, you know what? Let's not waste our time in, like, trying to keep this character returned into the series, so let's just phase her out, which is like why we don't get.
I don't think it's that it didn't work. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think it's that Agent Carter didn't work, because I think it works. They just didn't know how to exactly do it. Like, I think the character works. I think they just weren't sure how to. Because the way the MCU is set up, everything is interwoven in some way, shape, or form. You don't always see how it's woven together, but it is.
Yeah, but I think like the failure of Agent Carter was just like, you know what, like let's not focus so much time on her, which is like why we didn't see her for like a number of movies until Endgame.
Well, because, okay, so they had to be like, okay, Peggy's gonna be like 90 years old. We have to like, we can't just like keep her like, she's not gonna be a 100-year-old woman with like 35-year-old Steve, you know what I mean?
But I mean, a part of me does like, I do believe that if Agent Carter was more successful, I think we would have gotten more like scenes of the character throughout time. Like maybe in other movies, maybe we would have gotten flashbacks. Maybe in like a Guardians of the Galaxy 2, maybe we would have got like an Earth scene of like Agent Carter.
Where would that have fit in though? Like
I don't know. I don't write the series.
That's the thing is I don't think like what you're looking for are places to like just insert her. But if that's not part of that weave of the story, there's no reason. Like Peggy fits in for Captain America. She could have fit in for Iron Man.
I'm saying I feel like if the show is more successful, we would have. I feel like we would have seen her a bit more.
No,
because
like,
as soon as the show was canceled, all of a sudden they killed her in Civil War, and then it was like
no, that's not no. I think you're wrong. I think they put her in the places where it made sense for Peggy to be in for the narrative.
Yes, but
they weren't just gonna drop. They weren't gonna just drop her in for no reason. Like the only movie I think like maybe could have had her was Captain Marvel, but even then, there's so much going on in Captain Marvel that you don't need Peggy Carter to tie it all together because you have Nick Fury and you have Coulson. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying, but like a part of me, like
I think you were expecting more just like gratuitous, like fan service kind of things.
Yeah, like I don't know, I just...
But like it doesn't make sense for like Peggy to just like pop up everywhere all the time. If the narrative doesn't need, like, if Peggy's not connected to this, why, like, Peggy was really only connected, like, to Steve and Howard, you know, and Tony.
Yeah, but there's so much we don't know, though, like, which is, like, kind of thing.
That's true, we don't, but we can only go with what we know, but we're not going to just insert random stuff just to, because they don't want us to know that stuff yet. Because there's this whole crazy grand scheme. Like, we don't know how the X-Men are going to fit into this world now. We don't know how the Fantastic Four are going to fit in.
Yeah, which is like, but that's why, like, a small part of me believes that if Agent Carter was more successful, I think we would have, like, she would have had a cameo in, like, things between Winter Soldier and Endgame.
I don't think...
There was, like, a number of movies came out. Like, maybe we would have got, like, a flashback.
I don't think those movies, though, needed Peggy Carter. They needed other characters to connect everything.
But they didn't... Like, they didn't need her.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you get what I'm saying, is Peggy isn't the one who has to be... Like, there are other characters interconnected. You get Nick Fury. You get Hank. You get Howard. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do, but hold on. Hear me out. So Ant-Man... The first Ant-Man came out, like, the summer before Agent Carter premiered. And it was just kind of like, oh, like, cool. Like, we get Agent Carter. Like, Peggy Carter's in this now. She's, like, a 6-year-old woman. And then Agent Carter came out. We get 2 seasons of that. Like, it wasn't what they were expecting it to be. We were getting, like, Agent Carter cameos in, like, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We were getting, like, flashbacks. But then it's just like, oh, how come, like, maybe, like, we could have got, like, another, like, maybe Ant-Man and the Wasp could have opened with, like, a flashback that it also included Peggy Carter, but it's just...
I don't think they needed Peggy for that flashback for anything for the second movie, because they already built that mythology of Hank working at S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? They don't need... You're looking for more, like... But everything's interconnected when they've already given it.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if Agent Carter was more successful...
I just don't think... I think you want more... Like, I think... Also, here's the thing. Haley was doing other stuff. You know? It wasn't like Haley wasn't working.
No, but she was out there saying that she was, like, willing to return to this world.
Oh, yeah. She was always willing, but, like, they don't always need... Like, and I love Peggy, but there was a point where we had to... For the ending of Endgame to work, we had to have let go of Peggy in a way, too, okay? We had to let go of Peggy because, Steve, you know, we had to, like, feel that, like, sense that she was gone, that longing that Steve had for her, so that when it comes back and Steve's an old man and he's handing his shield off to Sam, you're like... And you see his wedding ring, you know he's had a good long life. And then it cuts to that scene of Steve and Peggy dancing in their house. And it's beautiful and it's cathartic. And it's this beautiful, happy ending that you never knew they had all this time.
But I don't know. I'm not going to argue this anymore. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. Because I'm just saying, I think if we got a third season of Agent Carter, I think the storyline would have played out slightly differently.
Maybe. We don't know.
We would have got more of the Peggy story, and maybe it would have allowed us to, like, insert her into other points of the MCU. Like,
I'm just thinking you want her in points where there's no reason for her to be there. There's no reason for her to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, there isn't.
So why would you, like, there's just no reason for that. Like, that's what you want to just gratuitously throw her in for no reason.
No, I don't.
They're putting people in where they're putting people in for a reason to build a bigger, crazier, insaner narrative.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, alright, so they obviously had intentions of continuing the show.
Yes.
So if we got more seasons, let's say the show is still on right now.
Yeah.
We're in, like, I don't know, season fucking 6 right now. I don't know math, but we're in season 6. We would have over the years, they could have introduced more characters. Maybe Peggy could have had an interaction with, Star-Lord's mom or, like, mom. Like, we don't know. So,
yes.
That could have created reasons for her to appear in things like that.
But here's the thing. You want you want that? For no reason. There's no reason for it. Like, that doesn't tie that to this.
I'm not saying...
You're trying to create...
I'm saying it could have happened. It could have happened.
It could have, but it didn't because ABC fucked up.
Yeah.
And didn't promote Agent Carter the way it should have. But that's what ABC does. ABC fucks up most of the time. Anything like female interested, they like half-ass it.
Right. Well, I don't want to argue this anymore because like I'm not even like arguing on that. That's like what should have happened. I'm just saying it could have happened. We don't know.
We don't. There's an alternate reality where Agent Carter is still like the hottest TV show.
We're on season 6 right now, and I don't know, maybe she just like created Ghost Rider? Who knows? Who fucking knows?
We don't know. We'll never know.
We don't know. Maybe she's fucking, maybe like she's the adoptive mother of She-Hulk?
Oh my god.
Who knows? What are we doing next week? let's put a fucking bookend on fucking Superhero Month. Because before I cancel this podcast, before I fucking cancel you and replace you with fucking January Jones.
You can't do that. I owed 51% of this podcast.
I will create a new podcast called A Very Special Episode. A Very Special Television. What is the other one called now? What's the other podcast called now?
I don't know.
Is it still on? Are they still doing it?
I don't know.
Who cares? All right. What are we doing next week?
Next week, we are diving back into sitcoms.
We're doing a new theme. We're doing a fucking new theme. A hot new theme.
Yes, we are.
So
we're diving back into the world of sitcoms. We are doing must-see TV.
We've teased this before that there's... All right, so we're just leaving the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Now we're going to enter the must-see TV universe. What?
What?
And we've talked about this before, that there's like a number of shows that are interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
Characters appear on other characters on this like mid-90s New York City NBC world.
Yes.
We're gonna go to the early days of it. I think, I don't even know.
We're gonna start with one that is before everything is set in New York.
Yes. So we're not actually.
It's must-see TV. It's interconnected, but
not quite yet. And you know what? None of these characters have any connection with New York, but it crosses paths with other shows.
Yes, it's a twofer.
So we're gonna go to.
We get 2 classic NBC shows in one.
So we're gonna go to a small island. We're gonna go to a small island that's off the coast of Massachusetts. It's the home to an airport, a fictional airport.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Steven Weber that's on this?
Yes.
So the show is called Wings, and we're gonna get a very famous visitor is gonna come to this episode. No, it's not JFK Jr. It's Frasier and Lilith Crane. Is it Lilith?
Yes. Yeah, Lilith. It's amazing.
So we're gonna do an episode of Wings that is gonna bring Frasier and Lilith to Nantucket. I don't know why. We'll find out why. Mm-hmm. From there, that's going to start a big bang. Yes, a big bang of fucking characters all over NBC who are going to just appear on other shows. So get ready.
Yes.
And who knows? Maybe even Marsha Cross will show up one of these episodes. We don't know. Maybe it'll cross over with Melrose Place. Who knows?
We'll figure it out.
And where can you follow our wild adventures, Cat Halstead? The angry you are?
You can find us on Twitter. F you. You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations.
Yeah.
If you see a group of 4 weaselly looking Gen Xers, tell them to fuck off. That's not us.
Whoa, were you just Gen X shaming right there?
Well, I said 4 weaselly Gen Xers.
Okay, so just Weasley was the shaman word. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
You're just shaman Weasleyers.
Weasley trashy Gen X men. That's not us. If you see that as the Facebook cover, that's not us. That's the fake ones. You can find us at saltyrockmedia.com, veryspecialpodcast.com, and I think that's it.
Oh, you can follow us on Podcoin. Shout out to Podcoin.
Oh, yeah.
So go to your favorite app store, either like the App Store or what's the other one? I don't even know. What do you have?
Google Play Store.
Google Play, I don't know. Download the Podcoin app and use code VERYSPECIAL to earn 300 Podcoins right off the bat. And hold on. What is a Podcoin? It's a hot new app that literally pays you to listen to podcasts. Yep. You basically just listen to podcasts and earn Podcoins, and you can redeem them for hot items like Amazon gift cards, Starbucks cards, or you can even donate to charity. You can feed a dog. You can feed a dog. So download the app today. Go to your app store, Google Play, or anywhere else. I don't know. Wherever you download apps.
I love how you don't know where people download apps.
I mean, I have an iPhone. I don't fucking know where else people download apps.
It's still an app store. Like,
I don't know.
It's all the same freaking thing.
As always, girl. As always.
Bye.
Watch the sky. for Captain America's glider crashing into the...
No, for Captain Marvel!
What is it?
Watch the sky for Captain Marvel. If anybody's coming from the sky, it's Captain Marvel.
Oh, but I'm talking about Captain America crashing into the fucking ice, but...
Yeah.
I guess Captain Marvel, too.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can watch the skies for Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe you can watch the skies for a billboard announcing that Agent Carter is coming to Disney Plus for season 3. Who knows? You know what? Watch the skies for anything. What? Fucking insert whatever here.
Watch the sky for the aliens that abducted me last week.
Oh yeah, shout out to your dream that you had. Alright.
It wasn't a dream, it was an hour I lost.
Well, I gotta go pee, girl. So,
Okay.
So watch the skies for my...
I gotta get ready for
Watch
work.
the skies for my urine.
Oh my god, you're awful.